We've never seen anything like it before. It's clear the RoboCall controversy has struck a chord with Canadians. Just how many? Today, Elections Canada gave us a glimpse, confirming an investigation is underway after hearing from tens of thousands of Canadians. Terry Milewski is on Parliament Hill tonight with what this means. Terry?
Well, Wendy, the news that 31,000 Canadians have taken their stories to Elections Canada gives the opposition something it cannot do on its own, a full investigation with the power of subpoena. It also undermines the Conservatives' claim that all of this is just a smear campaign.
The last phone call came from the same number that all the other calls had come from, which I'd found out was the Conservative Party.
Astrid Diamond is one of the 31,000. She told Elections Canada she was pestered in last year's campaign by calls from the Conservatives.
There was a brief pause and she said, "Well, I'm just phoning to let you know that the polling stations have changed." And I looked at the phone and I said, "Crap." I said, "No, they haven't," and hung up on her.
The evidence is mounting that the 41st general election may have been hijacked by the most comprehensive electoral fraud in our nation's history.
What are your speaking notes, your robo-points that you want to make today, Mr. Speaker?
The answer was that the Liberals are to blame.
Those callers called on behalf of the Liberal Party and Liberal candidates. Isn't it plausible to this member that those are the source of the calls that they are complaining about?
But Elections Canada began looking at Conservative calls and is now expanding that into a nationwide investigation. It says Elections Canada has received a high volume of complaints in recent days. More than 31,000 contacts have been initiated with Elections Canada by Canadians. Elections Canada is reviewing these and will take action as appropriate. That is unprecedented. After the 2008 election, there were less than 1,400 complaints and fewer than 400 in each of the previous 3 elections.
Defies anything I've ever seen.
The former chief electoral officer says the probe may take a while, but that the story will not die.
But we will not forget. We Canadians will want to know exactly what happened and who did it. We will not rest because our democracy is at stake here. We will not rest until we know.
Kingsley also took issue with the notion that Elections Canada is a toothless tiger. He says it has the power to spend whatever it takes, whether the government likes it or not, to run down every lead, Wendy.
So, Terry, what will Elections Canada do with these leads? Does it take people to court? Does it file a report?
Well, potentially both. If there is fraud or deception, that's criminal, and there could be charges if they find out who's to blame. But if the calls are just rude or annoying, that wouldn't be prosecuted. But Elections Canada says it will make a full report to Parliament on all of this, so we should all know what they find. Wendy.
Thanks so much, Terry.